What's up?
Look, how much of what Hess was going through tonight was some poor pitch location? How much of some balls that were put in play that there might have been a chance and just didn't get the outs on them? I mean, how do you critique an outing like that?
You know, the ball of Trout, he's trying to go down away and center cut it. You know, I'd have to go back through it completely and look at every pitch from a better angle than I was at. I just know the results were, you know, okay, but not as good as you need. You know, he's pitched better, especially early on. It's been a little bit more of a challenge here recently, but you can say that about a lot of guys. But he, I don't know, obviously the ball that got lost in the twilight, there's no worse feeling. I think everybody on that field's had it happen. It's about a 5 to 7 minute period where it's, until you've been standing out there and everybody in the ballpark knows where the ball is except you, it's a horrible feeling. But, you know, it happens. But it was, I don't know which other ones we're talking about other than that one.
Just some ground balls that just got through.
Well, you know, Simmons, you know, you look at a guy like Simmons, I think he's had something like 4 strikeouts in the last, y'all probably know the pure number, you know, because he's not trying to hit the ball out of the park, and that's why he's hitting 320-something, and he takes what you give him and doesn't try to do too much. He gets out there and has plate coverage, and, you know, it gives you a chance to have 4 hits in a night. Just hit the ball firmly somewhere. You know, it's a real, you know, it's a luxury in today's game to have somebody. That's why he's hitting 320. It's, you sprinkle him in there with some of the other guys. You know, it's a guy that's not really characteristic of, you know, kind of where the game is right now. I mean, if that's what you're talking about, you know, he hit some firm ground. There's some balls that, you know, he'd like to have caught back up the middle too. That just, you know, his delivery didn't allow him to get in position to catch him.
Buck, are you committed for the time being to David, or are you going to give some other guys a chance to start?
You know, that's a question, you know, until we know where Dylan. Dylan had a good day today through. Felt good. We feel like he's going to be able to take his work days and make his DL time, Dylan. And so see how some things pan out. You know, Chris is pitching in Norfolk here tomorrow. There's a lot of things moving around, but, you know, I'm certainly not going to have a young pitcher that's pitched well at times for us start having me, you know, he's got enough, you know, knowing David, you know, he's a very competitive, you know, I just don't think he's better, you know, he's got it, but he's really got to command the fastball because, you know, but he's a guy that's got, you know, if it doesn't work out there, he's going to have some potential in another role. But we're always looking for starters, and he's shown at times he can do it.
What were you seeing at bat-wise from some of your guys? It seemed like early on you guys had maybe a couple chances with some runners on.
It's frustrating. You know, I'm not going to get into strike zones and stuff. You know, it's especially in our situation, it just doesn't. It's not very, I don't know, attractive, behooving, whatever you want to call it, to start blaming things on umpires. There's enough other things. So that wasn't the case. You know, I'd like to see us do better against, I don't want to take away from any pitchers, but, you know, you see what guys, you know, come in here with what the rest of the league's doing versus them. You'd like to do a little better than we did. You know, it's a story again that we talked about. We scored 1 run and nothing through 8 innings. You know, that's, you're not going to win that way.
This is the mathematical halfway point this season.
I figure it had to be close.
How tough has the season been on you?
No, not on me. It's been tougher on our fans and our players. You know, I don't look at it like that, Richard. I don't. This is, you know, all things considered, it's an unbelievable way to do something you love and they be able to pay the bills with it. So that's no. As tough or as bad as things have been for 81 games, they can be just as good the other way around. I was talking to John about that today, Scope. You know, you got 81 games that you struggle. Now you can have 81 games that you go the other way. And it, you know, I just really, there's some really good people in that locker room. I really like to see them get a return for what, but, you know, you got to make it happen. You can't will it. You can't just hope it. You know, it's like I told John, you know, it's got to be one pitch at a time, and you can't look at the big picture, and you can't look at, you know, okay, that wasn't a hit. No, it's okay. That was a good at bat. That was a good recognition of pitches. That was a good approach. You know, we get so involved in the results, and rightfully so, as hitters, instead of kind of, okay, you know, stay in the moment and stay in that pitch, that at bat, and do what's right there, and the game will reward you if you can stay there. We're just having trouble staying in a consistent approach, and then every once in a while you run into a buzzsaw pitcher, but, I don't want to say tonight wasn't that night. Young man's a major league pitcher and is capable of getting people out, but you'd like to see us do better.
You guys came home from Atlanta in that road trip with optimism that, at least the caliber of baseball was turning around, if not the results too. I mean, like you said, the halfway point of the season, it's kind of regressed a little bit since then. What makes you think, like you said, that the second half could be better?
Well, we're going to have some opportunities for some people that didn't, we also came from that, and we lost Dylan and we lost Darren. That was kicking the pants, but, we'll start getting those people back. I just think people have a track record that at some point, I know everybody might get tired of hearing that. Sometimes you don't play to your track record the whole season. Teams, individuals, so that's realistic. But usually history tells you that people seek it a little bit more over the long haul. I'm ready for that. I think we all are.
You mentioned Darren. Did he decide on surgery?
I haven't heard that yet. I'll know. Well, we're not going to press him. That's a big decision in his life. Either way, did they put him on 60? Okay. Either way, it's going to be a long period of time, which is a pretty revealing to everybody how serious the hamstring is. We need to. I'm not going to say what I hope he do or doesn't do. Darren will make a good. Either way, we're going to get him back at some point.
Are you starting to see signs of Trey that he's kind of starting to break out a little bit?
I'd like to think so. Yeah, on the positive side, but we've seen a couple of games where it seemed like he was going to get going, but the signs of hitting the ball the other way and taking what they're giving him, I really, when he gets selective and the balls he takes that are balls that they don't call them strikes. We had a lot of pitches tonight that were balls that they call strikes.
For Ryan and Paul, what do you make of their performance tonight, and especially for Ryan getting to do this in Maryland, where he's from?
Well, it was that's great. I take a lot of that. I watch them, and they got a lot of juice flying around there. We actually had Paul here, but just didn't pitch, and Ryan was scuffling around here for tickets starting last night to today. I asked him if he needed any, but I didn't know if I had any. But that's special. Okay, and you work your whole life as a young man and a kid growing up to get that opportunity. And, like I told them when they came in, just play catch with Chance. And I told them in the outfield today, I said, the only thing I'm going to tell you is trust yourself. These guys will make outs. You make good pitches. They're going to get out. You're going to get them out. Just the mistakes go a little further. Okay.